Judge Mihalchik, I want to talk to you about a case you've already discussed considerably, which is the Spanier versus Libby case. That's a case involving Graham Spanier, the former president of Pennsylvania State University, who was investigated, terminated, subsequently criminally charged for his role in covering up the child sex abuse crimes committed by Jerry Sandusky. The sentencing memo written by the prosecutors in that state case, noted that Spanier had, quote, shown a stunning lack of remorse of his victims. It further called for him to be punished for, quote, choosing to protect his personal reputation and that of the university instead of the welfare of children. It further highlighted that Spanier, quote, was the ultimate decision maker when it came to reporting Sandusky. Your decision in that case was reversed unanimously by the Third Circuit. Is that correct?
A three-judge panel of the circuit reversed my decision, yes.
Unanimously.
Yes.
The Third Circuit concluded that, quote, under clearly established federal law, state courts have considerable latitude to rule on the meaning of statutes. Yet you construed the rule more narrowly than the state courts to Spanier's benefit. Jerry Sandusky was an evil man. And Spanier, the ultimate decision maker, protected his own reputation at the expense of the children. Why did you deviate in your decision from clearly established federal law, particularly when it had the effect of protecting such a man?
Senator, the crimes of Jerry Sandusky are beyond horrible. They are unspeakable, and as a member of the community and as a mother of two children, they are the worst nightmare for most parents. That was not absent from my mind when I was looking at the case before me. The issue before me was whether the petitioner, who I looked at and treated as I would every habeas petitioner that comes in front of me, received due process in state court. I determined that there had been a violation of his due process rights in the use of the jury instruction that the state court had, and the Third Circuit disagreed with me.
The Third Circuit did more than that. Did the Third Circuit criticize your opinion for not only admitting relevant precedents, but also for not closely analyzing the case law that you did cite?
I can't recall verbatim what the Third Circuit opinion said. As I recall, there were three cases involved in that case in terms of precedent, and I relied more heavily on one of them than the other two.
Do you recall the names of those three cases?
I know one was the Bowie case. I can't recall the names of the other two.
Well, here's what the Third Circuit said, quote, the district court cited Bowie and Rogers but did not examine them closely, nor did it mention Metrish. Now, I do find it a little bit amazing. You knew in this confirmation hearing you'd get asked about this case.
Yes, Senator.
I find it actually quite remarkable that for this hearing, you still don't even know the three cases the Third Circuit said were critical to resolving the issue of law.
Senator, I reviewed 10 years of work in preparing for this hearing. I don't recall those three cases specifically.
So you didn't have an inkling that you would get questioned and questioned pretty vigorously about a decision with egregious consequences that was unanimously reversed by the Court of Appeals?
Did I have an inkling that I would be questioned about the Spanier case? Yes, Senator, I did.
Let me ask you this. Did then Pennsylvania Attorney General and now Democrat Governor Josh Shapiro praise the Third Circuit's reversal of your opinion?
I don't know what his comments were following the issuance of the opinion.
Well, I will point out that he released a press release statement by the Attorney General Josh Shapiro on the U.S. Third Court of Appeals ruling reinstating the conviction of Graham Spanier, and you can read that, and he was effusive in his praise. There's a long and unfortunate pattern in this administration of Joe Biden nominating individuals to serve on the bench who have a repeated pattern of showing excessive leniency to criminals, of releasing violent criminals from jail, of releasing murderers from jail, of releasing rapists from jail, of releasing those who committed child sexual assault from jail. I don't believe doing so is in the interest of the American people. I think it is contrary to the views of the constituents of just about every one of ours. But nonetheless, that pattern continues, and the consequences are deeply harmful.